That was one hell of a way to kick off this channel, to be the first video that I record for various platforms. The 49ers survive in Seattle after one of the most drawn out slugfests of a week one game I can ever remember. Whew. The channel's called 4am 49er because when we're in prime time, that's the time I'm usually sat here with my signed Ajax shirt in the background and my little 49ers blanket there until 4 a.m. in the morning. Thankfully today was a 9 p.m. kickoff, so I'm recording this at 20 to 1 in the morning, which I'm sure will please my neighbours. I'm a 49ers journalist for Niners Nation, Sideliner Sport, and 49ers Web Zone. I will try and give you as many takes on the game as I can, but one thing I won't do is give you hot takes. If you want hot takes, follow my Twitter account. um, so, what did we think? I think I've come away with that really pleased because for once we made the plays in the fourth quarter that mattered. So much of last season was about losing in those moments, finding a way to get beat. Today we found a way to win. It wasn't pretty. Jake Tongas, basically had to wrestle the ball away from a Seattle defender to win us the game, and then Nick Bosa had to call game on the last Seattle drive when we gave up a big play. Upton Stout almost made the play of the game just before that when he tipped the ball away when it looked for all the world like it was going straight to Smith and Jigba, but then they just came back and did the exact same play. Well, perhaps it wasn't the exact same play on the play sheet, but that was where the ball went and they got a big gain anyway. Big plays. Ricky Pearsall, outstanding. Love Ricky Pearsall. I think he showed all his potential today, and he also showed the ability to beat man coverage, which is something we keep hearing from certain 49ers content creators that he's unable to do. Well, I think he's proven that wrong now. He was excellent today. And as bad as Purdy's second interception was, that deep throw to Pearsall was an absolute beauty. D Winters, I thought, stood out. I thought he was excellent on defense. He was often first to the ball in the run game. We struggled against the run in the first half, but I thought we were much better in the second. And Callier Davis showed up a lot more, as did Jordan Elliott. Would like to see CJ West and Alfred Collins work in there a little more. I'm sure they got some time. I haven't checked the snap counts yet, but I'm sure they got some time. But I think we need to be stouter against the run. That said, criticising the defence after today is ridiculous. They were absolutely outstanding, and to be honest, if we had a kicker, we would have been out of sight. That has to be the end of Jake Moody. There is no reason to continue this anymore. He cannot kick under pressure. He cannot kick in certain conditions. He cannot kick from certain parts of the field. He just doesn't have it. Whatever an NFL kicker is, has. You can talk about the leg, the accuracy, all those things. It's the mindset to walk into those clutch situations and get things done, and he just has not proven to have it at all, quite frankly. So yeah, we need to move on. I've read on Twitter that Kyle Shanahan has said that there is no question that he'll be kicking next week. Well, I'm sorry, Kyle. I think you're showing blindness and favouritism towards a draft pick of yours there because this guy just isn't good enough. Anyway, I don't want to dwell on the negatives. I'm not Grant Cohn. We have to talk about injuries as well. Obviously, Kittle's injured. We don't know how badly. Jennings looked quite badly injured with the left shoulder. Those are not ideal, and we need some receivers back fast. I don't know when Brandon Ayuk is reputed to be ready. Obviously, he's got to miss, I think, the first 6 weeks of the season, so we're not going to see him for a while. But we need some NFL caliber players out there. Maybe we will re-sign Kendrick Bourne after all. There's a lot of things that we need to sort out there, and Kittle missing is an absolute killer. Jake Tongas did well, and if nothing else, he'll be remembered as a a hero for winning one game rather like Jeff Wilson Jr. back in 2019. But I don't think long term that's the answer. Luke Farrell, I'm not even convinced is a particularly good blocker, let alone an option in the receiving game. Although fair play for making a tough catch on fourth down. So yeah, those are. But let's talk about the good things. The defense was all round excellent. Upton Stout had a bit of a tough day, but he's a rookie. He'll learn, and he started to make some plays towards the end of the game. We generated a lot of pressure through blitzes. If I was being mega critical, our front four didn't get a ton of pressure. I did expect us to get in Darnold's face a little more. Didn't quite work out that way. Yeah, I wasn't too impressed with that. Marcus Sigley got the start at safety. If you follow my columns, I will link them all. You'll know I've been touting him since the first pre-season game. A 49ers safety that can cover and tackle is about as rare as rocking horse shit, as people in my part of the world say. So I'm very pleased to see him start, and he was excellent, recovered a fumble. Big play by, I'm going to call him Samo, because I have no idea how to pronounce his last name. He knocked the ball out, obviously, on that play, but it was recovered by Sigley, and about 7 other 49ers looked like they went into the pile as well. It was nice to see us playing team defense again. It really did feel like we were a unit, and we were also running to the ball, something that we haven't always done very well. So it was pleasing to see that. I think Robert Saleh can be very happy with his night's work. Special teams was an abomination as usual. We've got to find a way to fix that. It's still early, but we need a kicker, and our coverage units didn't exactly wow either. There was a few silly penalties, but we'll work it out. Offensively, I thought we did okay, but it was just a tough game. I think anybody that overreacts to 49ers-Seattle as like a pattern for the season doesn't really understand what these games are about. Every single game that the 49ers and Seattle have ever played has turned into something of a slugfest. And there's always drama and there's always twists and turns. It was week one, and week one is honestly just about getting over the line. And we did that. I think that's huge for our season. It's a divisional win, something we really couldn't muster up very well last year. It's a divisional win against probably maybe the Rams, but probably the closest rivals for the division. It's a divisional win against a defense that we have had trouble with. Mike McDonald has a tendency to get in Brock Purdy's head, and I think he did it again today. But generally, pretty happy. I think we moved the ball well at times. McCaffrey looked like he was getting into his stride as a runner as the game went on. He was excellent catching the ball. That's exactly what we've been missing when we had Jordan Mason in there. Brian Robinson Jr. was very good as well. I think he runs with a lot of power. He's definitely a good back to spell McCaffrey with. Generally, I can't really fault a lot of people today. We made it hard work because we couldn't kick the ball, and because we had a couple of stupid turnovers, which Purdy has got to be accountable for. But then equally, he also made plays that put us in position to win the game. So, it's the ups and downs. And I think the only thing with Purdy really is that he finds himself, I think when we're under a bit of pressure, he feels he needs to win the game by himself. And that may come from looking around the offensive huddle and seeing that your wide receivers are Russell Gage and Van Der Scantlin and Ricky Pearsall. You've basically got one guy to hit. Neither of those two guys moved the needle today for me. I think I'm a bit worn out. It's nearly 1:00 now. It's been a long day. Sundays always are, but it's always nice when the Niners get the win. I'll be writing a column tomorrow for Sideline of Sports, so look out for that. I'll be going over the game and some little bits that I enjoyed, and try and look forward to next week where we play the Saints. And hopefully I'll see you again soon. But if I don't see you, as was said in the Truman Show, go Niners.